to render meaning where maybe we didn't think there was meaning, to make visible something that was maybe hidden in plain sight. I think for me, it's been about revealing truths in myself, not just as a queer person outside the binary, but about the desires that we carry in our bodies and the stories that we create. What art can do is remind us of our human values, of our human capacities. I don't want to just blend in. I want to disrupt what you're experiencing. I want to make you feel your senses. I don't want you to think about what I'm making. I want you to feel it. Being an artist, being Mexican, tied into the Latin diaspora is really beautiful. It's really deep, and I feel like I want to get to a point where I can't think of one face or one kind of person when I think of Latin people, Latinx people, Hispanic people. Like I can't, there's no stereotype. And I think my work is always about suspending that disbelief enough to where I don't have to wait for that moment. We can just pretend that we can rupture the stereotypes. And maybe when you look at my work, you can gain a deeper understanding of the Mexican migrant experience, even though you don't see a field worker. Because that's also really beautiful. But I feel like my people have been subjugated in that subject matter for so long. I want them to be free in my work. So I paint them like big abstract beauties and monsters and wizards. My work isn't to exclude straight white men. It's just to take up space around them that they don't have to fill. They don't have to take up all that space. They can be in community with us.
And so much of the culture that I'm wanting to express about Mexican society isn't picturesque. It's not window dressing. It's not designed to appease a white supremacist heteronormative narrative of what capitalism or society is supposed to look like. It doesn't look like anything to people that are looking for that. And that's by design, and that's why I work in this direct way that people think is abstract.
I've let go of the myth of having to be the savior and to make a thing that saves me and everybody else. And I just go into my studio to make something that only I could make. Can I make art that changes people's mind? And I think over the years, I've come to the realization that I can't compete with terrorists, politicians, or celebrities. I can never keep up with them. And there's actually nothing I can do that will change the world, that will change your mind. You have to change your mind for yourself. My work can be part of that change story that you tell yourself, but you got to do that work. I'm always surprised by how much my works elicit from audiences' imaginations. And I think that's why work that engages and unpacks trauma is so valuable. There's a lot of trauma to unpack that we don't have to fear. So I have to make that work, and I have to tell those stories so that in the future people have an ancestor. We're caught in this fabric of words that create images, that create stories, that create expectations for how we live and die. And so for me, making a painting is the most powerful thing I can do because it opens up the stories that I can feel and think and share.